North Allegheny, 65 consecutive wins, the top seed. Canon-McMillan, 15-2 this season, including the postseason run. Under ninth-year head coach Sheila Mitchell, the Big Macs ranked third in Class Quad A. And service begins with Abby Miller for North Allegheny, the Gatorade Player of the Year last year at the high school level. She has been awesome in her career, but there's a bunch of awesome on this North Allegheny side. Maddie Curran, the 5'10 middle hitter, the senior, the St. Francis University commit, makes the play in the middle there. 1-0 North Allegheny to begin.
Good start. Good start.
Service again for Abby Miller. Miller had it punched forward by Canon-McMillan from the middle that was dumped down by Abigail Thornbury. Pops back up into the air, overpass, played along. That was Paige Miller, Abby's sister, both daughters of head coach Heidi Miller in her 8th season as the head coach of the Tigers. Has built this program into what it is and will continue the legacy, should say. It has been very good for years and years. There's Paige Morningstar. That name, Morningstar, should sound extremely familiar to North Allegheny Tiger athletic fans. 2-0 NA. Block. Was it in? It was. 3-0, and Canon-McMillan disagrees.
I kind of do too. Let's take a look. Ball goes off the block.
Looks
really
like it came
tough.
down on the line to me.
Really tough. Yeah, must have been in.
There's an ace for Abby Miller. 4 in a row for NA to start off the first set. Miller again, leaping right-handed serve. Comes to the near side. It was partially deflected. There's the first point for the Big Macs. Jenna Vogen, the big outside hitter. 1 serves 4.
Vogen had a nice night when we saw them earlier this week. See if Canon-Mac can get things going.
Set to the far side. Dropped in by Morningstar for a point. Paige Morningstar, the third Morningstar to play for North Allegheny. The junior is a setter, an opposite side hitter at 6 foot. Her sister Piper Morningstar plays basketball now at W&J, was at Radford after her career at North Allegheny. That is a point for the Big Macs on a serve long. 2 will serve 5 here as Vogen gets it. A good one. But set to the far side, attack through a block. Hannah Phillips, the senior and first-team all-section player, gets the kill.
Good swing out there, right through the block. Powerful swing.
Meg Morningstar played volleyball at Notre Dame. That is an ACC school. That's a pretty high level of volleyball. And Paige has been very good in her 3 seasons for NA. Set to the far side. Phillips again to the middle of the floor. This Canon-McMillan team, if there's one thing it does really well, is its defense. Heidi Miller told us that. We saw that the other night in the quarterfinal that Canon-McMillan played. Was its first win in the playoffs in the 21st century. And we believe it was in program history as well. They did make their first semifinal, won that, but now trail in the championship match in set 1, 7-2, after the point to NA.
Yeah, we saw good performances by Morgan Galligan, who's a setter, and also Katie Weston, who's their libero. So they were strong in that match. They're not going anywhere. They're down a little bit here, but they'll work their way back. Again, maybe the bright lights are a little blinding right now.
Yeah, NA's been here and done that. They have won 2 consecutive Class 4A girls volleyball championships. This year, 18-0, 65 consecutive victories. That means they've won state gold as well. This is a very tested North Allegheny team, and a very talented one at that under 8th-year head coach Heidi Miller. Near side. Attack block down. That came from Sam Parker, one of the big hitters for this Canon-McMillan team. That one's off the top of the tape, off the hands of Morgan Galligan. And she's the best player on the team, and the effort is taken away as North Allegheny picks up its 8th point of the set in the early going in the first 10 rallies.
That's Hannah Phillips. They ran a tandem there where the outside hitter comes back across in front of or behind the middle hitter.
Four hits called against the Big Macs, 9-2 NA. Looking to crown our 4th champion. A lot of people in the WPIAL, not as a knock to Canon-McMillan, but as an ode to North Allegheny, think this one ends quickly. There's an error by the Tigers off the hands of Maddie Beer. The Big Macs score their 3rd point of the set. 3 serves 9. Tigers non-league wins this year in the regular season, 3-0 against Mount Lebanon, 3-1 over Oakland Catholic, 3-1 over Upper St. Clair, and 3-0 over Baldwin. 2 Canon-McMillan players tripping really kind of over each other there. Isabella McFarland and Sam Parker on the near side here. Yeah. And the point is to North Allegheny, 10-3.
Izzy McFarland comes in and serves. She did a great job the other night of that. Made a good defensive play there. Just couldn't get out of the way of the setter.
North Allegheny lost 4 sets in their unbeaten run through Section 1 and placed 6 players on the all-section teams. That's a point for Canon-McMillan. Back within 6.
Good job of putting that tip where it was going to cause trouble for North Allegheny.
Service belongs to Morgan Galligan. Opposite side, Abby Miller, strong attack, good swing. Played along by Canon-McMillan, and the backline attack is through the potential block of Maddie Beer. Canon-McMillan point.
Nice to get a kill from the back row.
The Big Macs trying to settle in. They are by no means out of the set yet. That's a double hit, or a lift violation rather is called. 6 will serve 10. That's 3 in a row for Cannon Mac.
And I'm going to credit Morgan Galligan with an ace there because she caused that. Strong server.
Near side. Attack was by Phillips. It's a kill for Phillips as Morgan Galligan went diving over towards the scorer's table to try and save it. 11-6 NA, 5-point lead for the Tigers. And going back to serve is Caroline Curran. We were told as a freshman she would be one of the D-specs that would come off the bench and maybe serve a little bit. We talked with Heidi Miller in advance. That's a backline attack and a kill again for Canon-McMillan.
Jenna Vogen, nice job. Good set where she could take a good swing at it. Off the hands just a little bit. Out of bounds.
Probably close to about 15 feet from the net there behind that 10-foot line that you see next to the Fox logo at center court. Attack down the line for Paige Miller and a kill, 12-7 NA.
Paige Miller's been nursing a shoulder injury all year. That swing tells me she's feeling a lot better.
I mean, it's miraculous what this North Allegheny girls and boys volleyball program as one whole has done in the last couple seasons. There's an ace to make it 13-7. The ace comes off Rebecca Pilata's hands, the freshman D-spec in there as a serving specialist. I mean, what does it say about your program when the 12th and 13th players in the rotation can come in and give you consecutive aces? 14-7 now as the second one comes from Pilata.
And a freshman to boot. What does that tell you about how you build a program, how you keep it going? You know, this team's not even that old.
That's a strong attack, but it was dug out. Yeah, the libero, Duffy, is not even on the floor right now. She's wearing the alternate white jersey. Malia Duffy is a senior. Abby Miller is a senior, and she is a very important player for this team. But her sister, Paige, is just a junior. Hannah Phillips, a senior. Maddie Curran, a senior. but those are the only 4 seniors of the 13 that will play in this match, well, primarily for North Allegheny. Canon-McMillan responds with a point there. It's 8 serving 15 coming.
That's Tori Manda. She had a strong match the other night as well. If they can get her going through the middle, good things will happen on the outside to their big hitters.
We'll continue to try to use this first set to tell you what magnificence has been the NA volleyball programs. There's a strong attack from Paige Miller, down for a kill, 16-8. We mentioned the 65 straight wins for the North Allegheny Tigers girls volleyball program. That includes 2 WPIAL crowns in 2017 and 18 and PIAA crowns those 2 seasons as well. And if you include the boys, and we mentioned this in the open, it's 111 consecutive wins. The program is the first in Pennsylvania volleyball history to have the boys and girls go unbeaten 2 consecutive years.
It's incredible, but that speaks to some of the coaching that goes on up there at North Allegheny. We have the Shaws and the Millers, 2 great volleyball families that have joined forces up there in North Allegheny.
Paul touchdown at the net. With her back to the net, what a play by Paige Morningstar. 18-8, NA running away with set 1. Timeout.
Yep. Paige Morningstar decided pretty early there that ball's going to be set too tight or passed too tight for her to be able to actually set it, so she went over on 2. It's a great play.
The boys program at North Allegheny not only has won that many games in a row along with this girls program, but they have 20 championships on their resume. North Allegheny girls have 6, trying to add a 7th today, and they're well on their way. Defeated Butler, Oakland Catholic, Baldwin for the WPIAL crown last year. McDowell, State College, Gamut Valley, and Bishop Shanahan for the PIAA title last season. And this year, the North Allegheny Tigers had a bye in the first round, bested Seneca Valley 3-1, Moon in the semifinal in straight sets, and now the task of the number 3 seeded Canon-McMillan Big Macs playing in their first girls volleyball championship match. Abby Miller with service. The libero is there for Canon-McMillan. She's a good one as well. Katie Weston is a 4-time first, or at least an all-section player 4 times. NA gets another point, 19-8. And Weston's still in the recruiting process, but she's been fantastic.
Right in the middle there, Maddie Curran. Good job.
Maddie Curran, also a first-team all-section player. We talked about her dealing with a shoulder injury pretty much all season long. She's headed to the Red Flash program next year at St. Francis University in Loretto. Point on the attack long goes to NA, and this has just been a largely uncompetitive first set.
You know, I imagine that North Allegheny sometimes gets better matches in their own gym during practice than they do sometimes out during the regular season. I think that we're going to see a lot more from Canon-Mac before this night's over, but right now it's just not going well for them.
Service ace followed by service error. 9 will serve 21. Canon-McMillan down 12. Opening set. And it's been a quick one, too. Service error. We'll turn it right back over to NA. And the body language is not good for Canon-McMillan right now either.
Well, we talked about that last week a little bit too, and you can actually see it happening, how the shoulders start to drop, smiles disappear. They need to find some joy here. Only takes a pass, a set, and a hit to get it back. Paige Miller serving. She's been strong.
An ace off the top of the tape. Set point, 24-9. Paige Miller is headed to William and Mary after next season. She is a junior. Good serve there. All WPIAL, all state last year. Second team in the section this year. Canon-McMillan survives at least for another rally as Galligan gets the kill.
Roll shot to the middle of the court. Good job.
That's 4 hits. Another for the Big Macs. 11 serves 24. That kill on 2 rallies ago now, Morgan Galligan, the 5'10 senior right side hitter, headed to Hartford next year. A first-team all-section player this year. Kill from the opposite side. Hannah Phillips in the set. Goes to North Allegheny quickly, decisively, 25-11. Our coverage of the Class 4A Girls Volleyball Championship match will continue next when you return on the Trib Live High School Sports Network powered by Carlow University. Man, do the North Allegheny Tigers look sharp tonight. 25-11 in set 1. The Tigers take it over the Big Macs in the 4A Girls Volleyball Championship, and it's going to take a mountain of a comeback already. You can tell for Canon-McMillan to have a shot in this match. That is just how good this North Allegheny Tigers volleyball team is, and quite the showing in that first set, 25-11, Tim.
For sure. I'm hoping that the Canon-McMillan team goes over there and gets a nice big gulp of Gatorade and washes the taste of that one out of their mouths and gets started all over again.
There's so many different ways we could talk about what NA did so well in that set. Serving, passing, defense, serve, receive. I mean, it was all hitting, all fantastic for NA.
Yeah, they are a machine. I have 4 aces. I have 12 kills, and the 12 kills aren't any one in particular person. Hannah Phillips leads them with 4 right now. When you have a balanced attack like that, it makes it very difficult to defend. And when you're running a 6-2 like North Allegheny does, that means that at all times you have 3 hitters. And when you have 3 good hitters up there, you can't focus on any one player. Makes it really tough to defend, for sure.
We are waiting on the start of set 2. Your exclusive coverage on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Alongside our fantastic crew that's been hard at work all day. Chelsea Roundtree, Alexa Marzina, and Justin LeBar. Jess Levo and friends over at Highmark Stadium. Wrapping up, well, they're probably already close to done, if not done already, with the Highmark soccer coverage. There were only 3 matches today because the Hounds are playing a home match tonight over on the, well, quote-unquote south side.
Let's go Hounds. What a season they've had.
Yeah, they're in the playoffs now as well. We've playing in, forgive my lack of knowledge about the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. I believe it's the division championship round of the playoffs tonight.
That's
I
right.
should know because my partner last night for Stowe Rocks and Jeanette football, Justin McCauley, works for the Hounds. And he was talking to me about the match tonight, yesterday. Anyways, I digress. Back to set 2. North Allegheny pushes it down the line. It's out. Point Canon-McMillan to start the second set.
They needed a quick start. Miller goes a little far left.
Libero Weston back. Point for NA.
Madison Curran turned on that one and took it across her body, away from the block.
Doesn't seem like she has a shoulder injury, that's for sure.
No, she's taking big cuts.
Set by Galligan, push to the middle, and diving play by Abby Miller in the back line. That ball is out, directed off the hands of Hannah Phillips. Point Canon-McMillan, 2-1.
Good job by Canon-McMillan to force the setter to take that first ball.
Both these teams will head to the state tournament that will begin next week. They'll be the only 2 qualifiers out of Class 4A. Set to the far side, really in the middle. Thornberry gets the kill, 3-1. Maybe Cannon Mac is settled in. I know it's early. I know it's only 4 rallies in the second set, but they look much sharper than they did in the first.
Good job so far. Strong serve. Overpass.
And an easy kill. Jenna Vogen, 4-1.
Good job of finding some floor there.
Serve comes from Lauren Reed. as her service continues. Reed's up to the net now there to punch it up into the air. Played back to NA. Near side attack, Paige Miller. Good dig. Weston was there to the middle of the floor. Touched over on two. Punched back over by Reed. Canon-McMillan, though, directs it wide on the return. Long volley with a lot of good defensive plays in there, especially on the CM side, but nothing doing. 2 serves 4.
And neither team really got to their offense there, but it was exciting.
Service from Paige Miller. On the back line in this rotation, near side attack and kill. Was it Vogen?
I believe it was.
5-2.
I have Vogen with 5 kills early on here.
Abby Miller, far side. Directed up into the air by Reed, opposite side attack Parker. An overpass that's kept alive. There was a partial block, so no 4 hits there, I suppose, is what the call was. That's an overpass that stays alive with the libero Malia Duffy. Set to the far. Parker, Abby Miller there. From the back, Paige Miller. Weston the dig. Opposite side, Parker touched it over but blocked down. Punched up into the air. Rally continues. This is a good one again. Back set. Phillips on the attack. Up into the antenna on the return. Point NA. That's a lot of effort in these last 2 of the last 3 points for North Allegheny to earn both of those points. 5-3.
Canon-Mac making them play now. See if it continues.
Serve came from the libero Duffy. They'll set the far side. That's Galligan. Through a partial block. Abby Miller punched it back up. Attack from the middle. Unsuccessful. That's a back set. Galligan again. This time on the near side. And there's Phillips. Long. 6-3. Canon-Mac in set 2.
Now you're starting to see the athleticism of Galligan. Galligan's the setter when she's in the back row, and she's an opposite hitter when she's in the front.
That looked like it may have, that spin might have changed. Potentially a deflection. There was no call. Just on the replay that we saw and you saw at home. Well, we'll play on. Canon-McMillan by 3. Abby Miller sets the far side, and Paige Morningstar got the kill and kind of just nonchalantly walked to the celebration huddle. 4 will serve 6.
Has she seen this before?
Morningstar is back to handle the service line. Leaping right-handed serve dug on the back line. Far side. That's Parker, and it ends up on the floor. Canon-McMillan leads 7-4 in set 2.
I like what I see from them so far. A lot of grit.
Galligan serve. Top of the tape and down. Ace.
It's her second ace of the night. You can see here, it just ticks the top of the tape, takes a little bit off of it. No one from NA could get to it.
Service error. Point for the Tigers. 5 serves 8.
Aggressive serve. Sometimes gets a little too close. That time did not trickle over for Galligan.
Near side, cross-court attack, dug out. Parker had it for Canon-McMillan. It's punched up. Parker's attack again, this kind of standing position. Forward, Paige Miller. Kept alive on the Canon-Mac side, but blocked back down immediately. Parker pushed it down the line to the corner. North Allegheny keeps it alive. Backline attack, dug by Galligan. Double hit.
Had to call that one.
NA's point. 6 serves 8 in set 2. Attack from Whipple. And then to the middle, but dumped back over. Parker, middle of the floor, overpass, punched up into the air. Galligan back set. Kind of has that dual role for Canon-McMillan as a setter and a right side. And the point goes to the Tigers as the ball went into the net.
Tough one there. A little bit of confusion as that ball came down. Two players there. Neither made a good play on it.
Caroline Curran had serve returned and falls to the earth.
Tricky, Morgan Galligan. Tricky. Staying on the ground and just propelling that ball softly over the top of the block.
Deceptive with the look as well by Galligan. 9-7 Big Macs. And a whistle just to housekeep here. And now the serve from Parker. Libero is there. Far side after the back set. Abby Miller attack. Diving play to dig. Opposite side. Jenna Vogen. Come back to Weston. Vogen again. Pushes it to the back line. No, that's going to be a lift or a palm. Kind of just carried the ball as to shove it toward that back corner. Took to get a little bit more strength behind it. And NA gets the point.
Every referee sees that play differently. I think that's the right call there for sure. Stayed there a little bit too long in her hand.
Service is long. Point Canon-Mac on the air. 10-8.
Caught a flyer. That ball just stayed in the air.
Weston, the 5'4" libero. Attack long. Is there a touch? NA side wants it. It's not given.
The down referee has made the call. Yeah, I agree with them too. There's just no way that ball came out of there spinning like it did, and it wasn't touched. It was I think that was a good call.
Serve comes over. Touched along, middle of the floor, kept at the net. NA is trying to keep the hands out of the net to play it back over to Canon-Mac. They do so, blocked down, but punched into the air. Canon-McMillan by 1 here. In our second set, NA won the first one, 25-11. That one's in from the near side. Cameron Whipple.
Whipple showing up. Good little shot over top of the block into that 2 spot on the court. Whenever you talk about zones in a volleyball court, the 1 spot is where the server usually stands. 2 is right front. 3 is middle front. 4 is left front. 5 is left back, and 6 is center. So those are the zones in volleyball.
Blocked down at the net. Jenna Vogen, 3-point set.
Jenna Vogen making a difference in this set. Ball goes up, maybe a little tight. Block presses hard. Jenna Vogen with the block kill.
Abby Miller set. With a leaping over ball from the middle by Paige Miller. That one's to the back. 1 Big Mac is there to clean it up, though. Ball got caught, but it's a double hit to give a point to NA.
Referees have them cranked tight. This is a championship match. These setters, these players should be able to ball handle. Ball come out spinning just a little bit. Referee made the call.
Good touch at the net by Paige Morningstar. She gets the kill. NA back within 1.
Really like what I see here. Ball set tight. No blocker up with the setter. Why not?
Point goes to the Big Macs, 13-11. Well, Canon-McMillan wins this set. We've got ourselves a match.
I agree.
So a long way to go to do that. That's down the line, but out. Point for Canon-Mac.
Hitting air.
It's much easier said than done. Timeout, NA.
You know, one of the things I've noticed about volleyball coaches, volleyball people, love to see a good match. You know, they're not afraid to go up against a team that brings their best game. They want to beat teams at their best. One of the things that I think is unique about volleyball is that mindset where they don't want the other team to make a lot of errors. They want to play the best. They want to play the best and beat the best. So it's really interesting that Canon-Mac has shown up in this second set after really getting spanked in that first one.
Yeah, 25-11, the first set to North Allegheny. This Canon-McMillan team was 15-2, or is 15-2. 12-2 out of Section 2 in Class 4A. Non-league win against Connellsville, 3-1. Both the section losses were to the Baldwin Highlanders. Last year, 6-8 in 4A2, missed the postseason. This is the first playoff appearance this season, speaking to that, since 2015. That year, the Canon-McMillan Big Macs were the 15th seed in the Quad A bracket. They matched up with a black and gold team that was the number 2 seed, North Allegheny, and lost in straight sets. They meet again here in the championship match. Another point for NA and back within one once again.
Madison Beer's first kill. The pass was a little bit short of the 10-foot line. Setter really didn't have much of a choice but to go back row. Ball goes long and out. Tough spot.
Point Tigers 15-14. They've come all the way back and taken a lead.
Tough spot for the setter there. There's no way that she could get square and propel that ball.
Another point for the Tigers. That's 5 in a row. The Big Macs, well, I don't want to say they need an answer at this point of the set, but they might.
Yeah, I think right now would be a good time. Need a pass.
Duffy, the libero, continues service. Galligan with a good dump, but kept alive by a diving play by Duffy. To the middle of the floor.
Going to get a free ball.
Yep, shoved, but an overpass knocked down by NA.
That one hurts. That one hurts. Coach going to call a timeout.
6 in a row for North Allegheny. Timeout called by Sheila Mitchell.
Canon-Mac seemed to have all the answers there early on. North Allegheny has definitely gotten back on track as of late here. They really need to keep it going. Surely Coach Mitchell was asking for one pass to get this offense rolling. Strong as North Allegheny has been, Canon-Mac, I have to say I'm impressed with their defense, and I think that's something we noticed the other night as well. They just don't let any ball hit the floor uncontested. I really like that about their game.
Service error will end the run. Bring Canon-Mac back within 2, and now is the time for the answer for the Big Macs.
For sure. We used to like to call that a coach's point. After a timeout, ice that server.
(18-15) NA. Take away the chance for an answer. And we'll have service back as Weston comes back in. Also, Mia Tuman, a freshman for North Allegheny, in as well. She's going to serve. A lengthy freshman, 5'11", Tuman stands. Long.
Well, you send a freshman in there to serve. She catches one a little long. Morningstar comes out for her, and she comes in to serve. Morningstar checks back in now. She'll be setting.
Blocked down at the net. Vicky Manda was in the area, and she gets it. 17 serves 18 as the Big Macs try and tie it back up with Galligan on the service line. The Hartford commit with a good one. Overpass on the serve. Spiked back down but kept alive by North Allegheny. Opposite side attack. Kill. Tied set. Even at 18 with Sam Parker.
Parker with a nice swing. Galligan also getting back up from the back row. She was the server there. She had to come up front, make that set. Nice job.
That ball's punched and kept alive. North Allegheny, though, knocked it right back down. Rachel Burton was there. I believe the call was 4 hits on Canon-Mac.
Yeah, they went back one rally, one spot there for the 4 hits. Didn't call it right away, but it was the right call.
So 19-18 North Allegheny in set 2.
Some service errors are leaving the Big Macs stay in this thing. North Allegheny now the team that can't really get a run going.
Paige Miller, strong attack, better dig. Played over on 2. And then Abby Miller pushes it to the corner. Made it look easy, 20-19.
I have seen Abby make that play a number of times. They call that a pineapple. A tip that's not just down in the middle of the court, but back into one of those empty corners. She is a master of that shot.
Point, Big Macs, 20 all.
Jenna Vogen pushed that to a spot. It was tough for Elena Seaman to play.
And Paige Miller couldn't get back to it on time. Here's Miller. Good dig. Standing in there and wearing the grunt of it was Sam Parker. Rather, yeah, that is Parker that had the dig, but it's going to result in an NA point anyways, 21-20.
It's another kill for Abby Miller.
Paige Miller, Weston diving dig. Set on the far side. Jenna Vogen evens us up.
Jenna Vogen with a kill, but Katie Weston with the play that allowed it to happen. What a dig and what a kill.
You feel like if this is a set loss for Canon-Mac, like that might be all she wrote, just because of how demoralizing it could be to be in this competitive the whole way through and fall in the set. You feel like Canon-Mac needs it. Dumped for a kill by Maddie Curran.
Really smart shot by Curran there. I'm not sure if she could feel the block, but she had 2 up with her, and all she had to do is tap that ball to the left. There was just nobody going to be there.
Backline attack came from Abby Miller. Popped back into the air. Canon-McMillan's Vogen with an overpass will keep the rally alive. Galligan tried to go over, but it was read well by Phillips. 23-21 NA.
Great recognition that the person who was going to set was front row. She's front row. You got a blocker. Good job.
(23-21) North Allegheny in a timeout here late in the second set. It's 1-0 in favor of NA. It's won 65 consecutive games. It's like Goldberg in WCW. The streak's ridiculous.
Well,
our producer, Justin LeBar, is shaking his head at me. He knows that I'm going to make every single wrestling reference that I can when I'm on the air.
Well, I can tell you for sure that Canon-Max, at least they can start to believe that they can be in a game with North Allegheny. I don't know how this is going to play out, but right now they have to feel pretty good about where they are. They need one pass right now, though, with a 23-21 game.
I have to toss an assist on the reference as well, and get that in a moment. Jenna Vogen brings it back to a 1-point deficit. I got a text from a colleague, Donnie Chedrick, and he said, Randy Gore, who's one of our Trib Live High School Sports Network guys as well, says NA is ridiculously good. Asking when this match would finish. There's another point for the Big Macs to even us up. And I said, yeah, they've won 65 in a row. And to Donnie's credit, he just fired off a gif of Goldberg. So, but Canon-McMillan is ripe for the picking here. They are in this in the second set, 23-all with a timeout.
Both teams used all their timeouts. We're going the length now. I'm not sure that Coach Heidi Miller's used 2 timeouts in one game all season long. But that tells you something about what Canon-McMillan's been able to do here in set 2. Great job mixing it up. Some incredible defensive plays. It's not that North Allegheny's playing badly. It's that Canon-Max turned it up a notch.
This could be a set-defining rally at 23-23, especially if Canon-McMillan with service can find a way to notch the point. Jenna Vogen is back there. It'll be a right-handed serve. It's a good one, but played well by North Allegheny. Phillips through the tape, out. Big Macs set point.
Here we go. Ball just glanced off the tape and took it left.
Vogen for the set. Ace.
Wow. All right. You thought it couldn't be done? People from Cannonsburg think it can.
Can you tell they're happy over on the far side?
The towels are out.
We are even at a set apiece. Canon-McMillan 25, North Allegheny 23 in set 2. Back with set 3 in a moment. You are watching exclusive coverage of the 2019 WPIAL Girls Volleyball Championships in the Trib Live High School Sports Network, powered by Carlo. Jenna Vogen, Morgan Galligan lead the Canon-McMillan Big Macs, along with a bunch of really good defensive plays throughout that second set, whether it was Katie Weston or whoever. Sam Parker, I mean, you name it. The Canon-McMillan Big Macs all good in the second set. It wasn't dominating, but it doesn't matter. 25-23 is still 1-0 in a sense. It's still a set win and it evens the match.
Absolutely. You really don't care about that score once you get to put that notch on your side. All those players that you named, Vogen, Galligan, Weston, all key components in what we saw the other night in their win and what we're seeing here today. This team's fueled by grit. They just don't go away easily. And I think North Allegheny's, they're seeing that. Now, what does that do to Canon-McMillan? Does that, after getting just absolutely stomped in the first set, they come out and pull that? They've got to start to believe something now. So let's see how this goes.
NA starts with service. It's Abby Miller. Overpass, knocked down for a kill. Page Morningstar, 1-0 NA.
Morningstar with her 7th kill of the match. Don't want to give a overpass in her vicinity.
First point of the first set went to Canon-Mac in first. In fact, the first 4 points of that set, here's the first 2, went to North Allegheny. 9 of the first 11, 10 of the first 13 went to NA back in set 1. Canon-McMillan has to avoid that rocky start. Vogen to the back line. Opposite side, attack. That attack hit the antenna. That is a point for Canon-McMillan, the follow-through, so it's a net violation. 2-1.
Canon-McMillan got a good pass to start this rally, and that resulted in a strong hit that put them out of balance. North Allegheny out of balance.
Touched over on the far side by Page Morningstar, ends up being a kill. 3-1 NA.
Nice tip there. Just can't get that pancake.
Kept alive by Canon-Mac. Near side Vogen. It was touched. Point for the Big Macs.
Nice job using that blocker. We call that a tool in volleyball. She uses her as a tool. Off the block and out of bounds.
Service error. Tigers will treat it as if they did something. 4-2. It was the intimidating glare, right?
That's right.
Duffy on service. Weston set for Parker. Great dig by Paige Miller. Abby Miller on the attack into the net. All for naught.
Sometimes that does something to you as well. You make a great dig, and then an error on the other end kind of puts a pall on things.
Morningstar blocked down. Point Big Macs.
Samantha Parker. Nice block.
Service for McFarland. There's Phillips. Weston sets the near side. Parker on the attack. Maddie Beer punched it over to the back corner by Parker, played along. Abby Miller punched overpass, but played into a set. Phillips blocked. Phillips again. Punched up into the air in the diving play by McFarland. Rally continues over on the NA side. Pushed over. Kept alive. One-handed dig. Still alive. Long. Point to the Big Macs.
Do you think they're starting to believe a little bit? Wow.
There may have been people in this gym that after that first set, 25-11, wrote off the Big Macs. They have responded oh so well. This North Allegheny side, you could hear crickets. Canon-McMillan says, can we please have quiet on the NA side? 6-4 Big Macs after the point. Touch. It would have been out, but it was deflected away. So a point for the Tigers, 5-6. Takes a little bit of the momentum away from Canon-Mac. Sub coming for both teams.
Yeah, I think she thought she could put that away, not really thinking that it was carrying out of bounds, but it went off her fingertips and out of bounds.
Mia Tooman to serve. It's away. Galligan in the middle sets up Parker. Kill.
Parker with a swing to that far corner. Just catches the back line.
And she was close to the net on the follow-through. Good job to stay out of it. 2-point lead for the Big Macs in set 3. Can you imagine the atmosphere here of Canon-McMillan? And I know it's early, but if they were to take set 3. Ace, Galligan.
More of the Galligan that we saw the other night. Strong at the service line, gutsy performance, playing defense. Really good setter.
You think it's loud now. Another strong dig by Galligan. Weston's going to have to send it over and does, right to the libero, Duffy. And NA plays it into the net. This is something. And 9-5 Big Macs. I mean, just look at how the first set went. 25-11, and the Big Macs, quite frankly, didn't look like they belonged in this match. And they have responded with a 25-23 set win and a 9-5 lead here, make it 9-6 as NA breaks the three-point run.
Abby Miller finally breaks that run. Swing off the top of the tape, eludes the defensive player and down. They'll take any point they can get right now. And that doesn't sound like something you'd say about North Allegheny.
No. Galligan to the middle. It was tapped over by Vicky Manda, back to Cannon Mac. Parker blocked down, Weston there. Back set to a backline push. Second hit
Pineapple.
over. That is a good play and a good changeup from Rachel Burton. 7 serves 9.
That's that pineapple. Yeah. Abby Miller makes that play.
I take that back. That's
so
Abby
often.
Miller.
Yeah, so often. Yeah, she can just sense the defense coming in. And she'll get a chance when she's setting front row, and she can propel that ball back to the back corner. She's just so smart with that shot, and they really needed that shot right there.
There's just an announcement. The Division I volleyball championships are coming to Pittsburgh in about a month's time. And I know we talked about this in that 3A match as well, but we have a chance here during the timeout. And this is an important time, you think, for high school volleyball and the sport of volleyball in general and this side of the state.
I've been shouting it from the hills. You know, December 19th is the semifinals. December 21st is the finals for the NCAA Division I. You'll never see better athletes anywhere in the world than what you'll see at the PPG Paints Arena on those 2 days.
Who knows? Maybe the hometown team will be in the semis of the championship. The number 2 ranked Pittsburgh Panthers wear the same colors as this Canon-McMillan team that has been so gritty and feisty tonight. After the first set, that's punched up towards the rafters, and it comes down on the Canon-McMillan side, 8-9, as NA gets the point and trails by 1.
Pitt could find their way into that Final Four. It would be incredible to be in that arena.
It's already ruckus at the Fitz when Pitt plays its home games. 9-9. Of course, our camera operator over there, Chelsea Roundtree, her husband Josh, is also a colleague here at the network. He calls some action for Pitt volleyball, and he's talked about the atmospheres there. That's a pancake, but it goes for naught. It was there by Paige Morningstar, but it's a point for Canon-McMillan, 10-9.
Give that kill to Morgan Galligan smartly. Noticing that no one was up with her, just putting it over into that soft spot on the floor.
Diving over, pass out. Big Macs by 2.
Samantha Parker, a really strong serve. Keeps it low to the tape. D-Spec couldn't get it back to her teammates.
Paige Miller on the dig on the serve. And the receive. Abby Miller attack. Weston pops it up. Punched into the air. Free ball is over to the middle of the floor. This will be set on the far side. A drop by Paige Miller. Good attack, but an overpass. No point out of it, though, for Cannon Mac yet. Free ball back over. Lots of free balls in this rally. NA's got the point. Abby Miller. And now the NA side starting to get back into it.
They get a free ball pass there. All the options are available. We weren't going to get multiple blockers on anybody. And the tip goes in for a point.
Vicky Manda. 12-10 Canon-Mac.
Spreading out the kills just like they did the other night in their victory.
Weston on service. Back set, double hit. It's Canon-Mac's point, 13-10. I mean, they're waiting to take the roof off this place on that far side. That is a service error, and it's 13-11.
Just a bit long.
I mean, they're 12 points away over there before NA gets 14 from being, I mean, again, you think it's loud now. Picture the Canon-Mac Big Macs taking a 2-1 lead on the defending champs, the two-time defending champs, the team that has won 65 consecutive games. 12-13 now on the serve from Abby Miller. Near side, kill, Thornberry. Third team all-section player and from the middle here works it through.
When you get a pass, you can run your offense. That's exactly what just happened. Credit the passers in blue and gold.
Point for NA. Oh, Sheila Mitchell, the ninth-year head coach at Canon-McMillan, told us about Abby Thornberry. All of the work this season has led her to what was an outstanding performance against Pine Richland. Not someone we count out for a point. And that's what makes the offense versatile. Second year as a middle for Thornberry, but NA has come back to tie it up with consecutive points.
Madison Curran on a kill, turned her body across, got that kill. We've seen a lot of kills just like that today in both matches.
Paige Miller serve. With four receivers there, ends up being taken by one, a free ball played over, and a diving play by the libero. That's Duffy. Maddie Curran hit it along. Is that in? It is.
A good defensive play puts Canon-McMillan in system. Blockers didn't get there in time. Right into the corner.
Ace. Vogen. Again, the Big Macs lead by 2. Two in a row. Timeout NA. Look at this.
Wow.
This serve is ridiculous from Vogen.
Yeah, she, across court, strong serve into a place where they can only get a touch on it. They can't use it. This is incredible.
Canon-McMillan. Oh, maybe in the first set the lights were too bright. They may as well be playing in darkness right now. To that regard, Canon-McMillan has looked very much so like a contender through the second set and through this third so far. I mean, the Big Macs are 8 points away before NA scores 11 from taking a lead.
Yeah, and we talked about it in the first set, how they never got to their game, and now that's all they're doing. They are dictating to North Allegheny what they want to do. It's turned around completely.
Back into play. Vogen has 2 straight aces, won't get one here. Blocked down, though.
Wow.
Thornberry, 18-14, Canon-McMillan. Error.
You'll take that run. Good job. Nice 3-point lead. Pass that and a hit. Let's get back at it.
Parker.
They are
I feel like
dictating.
every time Canon-Mac scores, we should just shut up and let the crowd go. And they're incredible over on that side. They've traveled well.
In system play. Can't get blockers to everybody.
Kept alive by the Big Macs. Vogen back towards the net. That's an easy point on the overpass for NA. And back within 3 we go.
Vogen didn't want to put that ball that tight to the net. Made it very difficult for any of the other players to make a decent play on it. Still a 3-point lead. Getting late.
Neither team can afford errors on the service line at this point in the set. Mia Tuman is back there, the freshman, just over the tape. Joust won by NA. 2-point set. It feels like almost a calm, collected applause on this side when NA scores a point. I mean, they've been here before, but it almost seems a little anxious the way that this match has gone since set 1. Far side, Phillips, point.
Off the top of the block and into a spot where the defense just can't get there.
NA ties it. 4 in a row for the Tigers.
That's the third time we've seen that play by Abby Miller. 3 of her 4 kills have come on the pineapple. Tropical fruit. Who knew? Who knew? They did a good job of getting those 3 points back and tying this game. Canon-Mac is now out of timeouts.
9th year head coach Sheila Mitchell using the second here to try and snap the 4-point run of the Tigers after the timeout. And this is an important rally. It's not as important as, say, 23-23 or maybe even 22-22, but in first to 20 here, a race to 20. And we get some confidence, some momentum going down the stretch of the set. And maybe, just maybe, you start to pull away in the third. Match even at 1. 25-11 to NA in set 1. 25-23 Canon-Mac set 2. 20th point for one of these teams is coming. It's out. It's to NA. The block attempt unsuccessful. 5 in a row for North Allegheny.
The blocker was there, just was unable to turn that ball back into the court. Got to press and push that ball back onto the court.
The serve run continues for Tuman. Here's Parker. Backline dig. Opposite side, Phillips. The NA side is back. 21-19. And that, at least for now, has quieted the other side. The 6-point run will help that by NA. Parker kept alive. In the middle. Punched back over, but out. 22-19, North Allegheny.
Good job by the freshman Mia Tuman to come in there and cover, make a good pass where they could run their offense. She's not only serving, but she's playing smart D.
Set, middle, in. Vicky Manda. Canon-Mac back within 2 at 20-22 with the serve coming.
Best server on the line.
Could use a couple.
Morgan Galligan. Here we go.
Galligan is on the service line. Man, could Canon-McMillan use a couple points here. Phillips. Big swing. kept alive. Free ball is over with her back to the net by Parker. Set, block, out. Point NA.
When you need
The
a big
Tigers
point,
closing in.
when you need a big point, you go to the big players. That was Abby Miller taking that swing. She tooled it off that block and out.
8 of 9 belong to the Tigers, but Canon-Mac very much still in it with the service error. Far side, Paige Miller popped up, hit off the rafters, comes back down and played over. Out by Vogen. NA's got set point.
Logan tried to just do just a little bit too much there. Turned it down the line. It was wide left. Match point. Game point.
They're making it seem momentous. Canon-Mac stays alive in set 3.
Give Galligan a kill. She just chips it off the top of the net into a soft spot. Everybody back on defense pretty far.
Still set point, Weston serving. Double hit. If Canon-McMillan gets the next point, we'll play extra points in set 3.
And Kyle and I will be in overtime again.
Weston with the serve. Ace. Win by 2.
Ka-ching, ka-ching. Timeout, North Allegheny.
This place has come unglued.
You know, I have a ton of respect for what Canon-Mac has done so far this season, but I have to be honest, I never dreamed we'd be in a situation like this. 1-1, tied in the third. This is great volleyball.
All. Serve comes from Weston. Long.
Wow.
Again, set point for the Tigers.
And you got the ball in the hands of Abby Miller back there. Gatorade Player of the Year.
Vogen down the line, but Miller is there. Middle attack. Popped up into the air, kept alive. But the point goes to NA. It's a double hit, which means the set goes to North Allegheny.
Wow.
26-24, the final in set 3. NA takes a 2-1 advantage in the Class 4A Girls Volleyball Championship, powered by Carlow University, only here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Hello again, friends. Welcome back to Fox Chapel Area High School, where we are in the midst of a dandy in the Class 4A Girls Volleyball Championship. Scrap set 1, and this has been wildly competitive in the last 2 between North Allegheny and Canon-McMillan, though the first set, you can't scrap it from the scoreboard. 25-11, then 25-23, Canon-Mac 26-24, and extra points there for North Allegheny, a 2-1 advantage. Kyle Dawson, Tim Toy is alongside. This is fun.
Oh, so much fun. This is what you get when you play a tournament and the last 2 teams that are left are the best 2 teams. No, I don't think there's any doubt that Canon-Mac and North Allegheny belong on this stage. And whatever doubt we had about what Canon-Mac could do against a great power like North Allegheny, I think is now gone. I think what we should do the rest of the way is just really enjoy the rest of this match, because nothing's for sure.
That third set, at one point, it was 19-15 in favor of Canon-Mac. Down the stretch, 11-5 for North Allegheny to take it, 26-24. Now we play set 4. This is by no means a prediction on how the rest of the set will go. But with NA scoring the first point, they've scored the first point in both sets they've won. In the set that Canon-McMillan won, the Big Macs scored the first point. And it's kind of started like this, where there was a point on a kill, an error there by Canon-McMillan. It's got to stop. It cannot snowball on the Big Macs. Their backs are against the walls officially in set 4. Vogen deflects it up. It'll be Vogen again on the attack. Blocked down but out. Point Big Macs 2-1.
Good job of Vogen using those hands again. Block for North Allegheny. He's got to turn that ball back into the court.
Serve is long. 3-1 Tigers.
He winged that one. A little too much weight room.
Galligan sets the middle. Comes back down on the NA side. There's the third hit to punch it over. Nope. Well, it was 3 hits, but NA was in the net. Point Canon-Mac.
Ball was tight. Hannah Phillips tried to get up there and get a swing on it. The follow through touched the net.
Vogen serve. Libero there. Tapped back down by Canon-Mac, but played right back over on an overpass from the middle. Thornberry. Double hit. 3-3. Would you have it any other way?
Let's go. Vogen went on a run in that third set, or the second set, and in the third set, serving. See if she can do that again.
Serve is long. That's 2 service errors in the set for Canon-Mac that have made it 4-3 North Allegheny in the early stages.
Nice job. Abby Thornberry again.
And she's been pretty good.
Yep, turned it back to the back corner. Got that ball to drop.
Third team all section. She checks out for the girl that comes in to set, or to serve rather. That's Isabella McFarland, a junior on this Canon-Mac team. Block. Manda in the area. Let's see if somebody else got a piece of that as well. Looks like it was a combined block.
Well, whether that outside person got a piece of it or not, she sets that block. She puts Manda in a position to take away the cross court. Manda did that. Ball goes down. Great block.
Mia Tooman in defensively for the Tigers. 5-4 Canon-Mac set 4. Needs it. Okay, we weren't ready. McFarland jumped the gun. Abby Miller sets. Ball tapped around in Canon-Mac and nothing. They wanted a call on North Allegheny, didn't get it. 5-5.
Not sure what they're asking for there. Libero switch coming up. Center, the middle hitter's got to come back in before the libero can re-enter.
Service looks like it belongs to Tooman. Galligan set far side down the line. Good leaping play by Tooman. There was a partial block, which is why Abby Miller could hit it a second time, and then the return attack is long by Phillips. 6-5, Canon-Mac.
This time Canon-Mac survives the lengthy run by Tooman. Tooman went on that long run that got North Allegheny back in this game the last time. And Galligan back on the line.
Galligan for Parker. Duffy was there. And eventually that sets up Phillips to tie it at 6.
Really want to avoid giving them a free ball because this is the kind of thing that happens. Good pass, good set, rip to the floor.
Caroline Curran back in to serve. Libero Weston is there. Knocked back over, kept alive by NA, and dropped in by Abby Miller. 7-6, North Allegheny.
Abby Miller front row here. She can do this. She goes over her head into that spot. Just
cross body as well.
Yeah, cross body. Great job. She's got all the shots. Gatorade doesn't recognize people that don't.
Caroline Curran. It's out. Error. 7-all.
There's some people over on the North Allegheny side here that don't think that was the proper call. Let's see.
It was.
It was just out. Good thing the ball's round. The ball's square. That ball's in.
Frame by frame.
Yep.
On the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Point Canon-Mac. That ball went under the net.
Not an error you see Paige Miller make very often.
8-7, Canon-Mac. Libero Duffy there. Attack comes from Paige Miller behind the 10-foot line. Canon-Mac, is that in? It is. No touch. 9-7. Let's see.
I like what I saw there though from North Allegheny setter. She went back to Paige Miller to get her back in the game after that error. Still didn't work out.
They must have called the touch because it looked out on our replay.
Yeah, I thought I saw it.
But it must have been deflected at the net. That's a strong attack down the line on the opposite side.
That's Abby Miller again.
NA within 1 at 8, serving 9.
Rips it down the line.
That's a big swing.
Yeah, he rips it.
Burton had service. Knocked back to NA to the floor. 10-8, Big Max.
Manda touches it over. It looks like it's going to be a 1 ball, but she just propels it over to that open spot.
Looked like Seaman was the one that was there that couldn't get to it. Maybe it was Morningstar. It was a 1-something. Phillips into the net. 4 hits.
Here we go.
Canon-Mac by 3. Don't look now.
Going to sub Tooman in the front row for Morningstar.
Weston to serve. Good one. Almost got a good bit of the upper arms of Phillips and knocked right back to NA. Set to the middle. Good dig by Galligans there. And Weston plays it over on a free ball. And we talked about that a little bit earlier as well. And we'll elaborate on this after the rally, but free balls to the libero isn't exactly the best idea.
No, you're gonna give away points on that.
That's an overpass, drop down, but out. Vogen upset with herself. They gave the point to Canon-Mac. NA, they call into the net.
They're calling Paige Miller in the net.
That makes it 12-8. Let's
take a
see.
look. Abby.
Yeah, on the bottom.
It was actually Abby Miller, yeah.
That's the correct call.
Yep.
Well, we have the ability to go to replay. And look at that. It didn't take us 5 minutes to determine it. It took me one look, and I had conclusive evidence. That attack is long, 13-8, Canon-McMillan. 7 of 8 to the Big Macs. Timeout, NA.
Here we go. Canon-Mac was cruising in set 3 as well. They have to finish here. Have to find a way to continue this play. Let's see. Morningstar did sub out. Let's see if she's back in when they break.
Is free substitution allowed out of a timeout, or do you still have to make it?
You still have to substitute in. You have to go to the go to the table, I guess. Not exactly like that like they do in basketball, but you do have to sub in.
She is back out there.
She's back out there.
Yeah, keep in mind how basketball does it is during a timeout, the player who is going to go back in just goes and taps the table to acknowledge that they're going back in. I don't know what exactly is going on there. Weston able to punch it back into the air, though, after the serve. Canon-Mac by 5. Weston almost stopped on the serve attempt, thinking that it wasn't allowed yet. They weren't ready. I don't know what that was.
Wow.
But Canon-McMillan's going to get a point out of it. Vogen, 14-8.
Katie Weston made a great defensive play, or we're not even looking at this replay.
That's a good set by Galligan as well.
Super set. It just a jump set to the outside, simple stuff.
Weston remains on service. That is in. Point for the Tigers. It breaks the run of 5 in a row for Canon-McMillan. But 8 of the last 10 still belong to the Big Macs as NA brings it within 5.
Abby Miller back to serve.
She's been the horse back there. On the line. Canon-McMillan's side is ready to come unglued. 15-9. I don't think there's anybody in this gym, especially on that far side, that does not want a fifth. The way this match has gone since set 1. That's out. Look at this run by Canon-McMillan. It was 7-6 NA at one point.
Yeah. What a run.
10-2, the run for Canon-Mac. Service continues for Haley Bokus. Over on 2 by Galligan. Good deception, but kept alive by North Allegheny. Galligan will set again. Here comes the attack from the middle by Parker behind the line. 17-9, Canon-Mac. Timeout, NA. My goodness.
I think there's a team in Royal and Gold that is starting to make believers out of Western Pennsylvania volleyball fans. This is a lot of fun. They are absolutely pushing North Allegheny to the brink here. I know that the games are 2-1, but this is one of those situations where the momentum is definitely in the Big Mac's favor.
We've even got some thunder sticks over on the Canon-Mac side. I'm loving it.
All the tools.
I've said this for a few years. I don't think you'll find a better atmosphere in a lot of high school sports than a very good volleyball match with a good crowd. Long on the serve. Gives NA double digits in the set. 17-10.
Coach's point. Timeout. To a point. Paige Miller now serving.
Taking her time as she steadies. Now fires towards the middle. Weston dug down to 2 knees. Vogen kept alive. Great play by the libero Duffy. To the middle. Touched on 2. Morning Star brings it within 6.
You know, North Allegheny's got this advantage where they have both setters on the court all the time. And you never know if the setter who's going up with the ball is front row or back. So it makes it very difficult to keep a blocker with her.
Good serve from Paige Miller. Weston on a free ball to the libero Duffy. Double hit. No lift. Either way, a point for Canon-Mac, 18-11. I spoke too soon, jumped the gun.
Yeah, the ball was passed a little too close for Abby to get up there and make a two-handed set. She tried to go one, and the ball spun.
Ace Vogen.
That's her 4th ace of the evening or the afternoon.
I think we can call it evening now. Don't we go back tonight?
Yeah, we do.
Overnight? The government told us to go back. Canon-Mac. There's Galligan. 20-11 Big Macs in set 4.
They're absolutely dictating this game.
Ace. Vogen's 5th of the night. Sub is coming.
Sub Tuman back in for Morningstar. Tuman will set.
This is bonkers right now. That's long. But this is within, this is, right now, if there's a win probability in this set, Canon-McMillan's probably in the 80s. 21-12, maybe the 90s. Parker to the back, kept alive. Phillips missed, left, no touch. 22-12, Canon-Mac gains serve.
Yeah, Coach Miller's pouring out all the stops to try to figure this out. Tuman staying in the front row. Looks like Abby Miller is setting.
Isabella McFarland almost had an ace off the top of the tape. The Phillips attack kept alive. Vogen, tape, back line. Phillips, point. 22-13.
Hannah Phillips, great swing. Right off the top of the block and into the seam.
Canon-McMillan looked, quite frankly, bad in the first set.
No two ways about it.
Dominant for NA, 25-11. Since then, Canon-Mac won set 2, 25-23. It was a 26-24 decision for North Allegheny in set 3. They lead 2-1, but Canon-Mac up here, as you see, in set 4. That's pushed to the back line by Abby Miller and in.
Tropical fruit. Pineapple for her. That's 5 kills with that shot.
NA down 8. Tuman. Whistle, net, violation. Point to the Big Macs, 23-14, closing in on forcing a winner-take-all 5th. Galligan to serve. Low arcing. Net. Big Mac's point. Set point coming. This is to force a 5th set. Would be our 2nd of the day. Not yet.
Rachel Burton turns this. Crossbody. Nobody getting to that one.
Phillips is back there. Popped up into the air. Weston. Now Vogen. Out. Will wait still. I mean, this could be an error. I mean, this is 99% win probability for Canon-Mac. I mean, it takes something that hasn't been done in this match in terms of a run for NA to come back. But that's into the tape. That's 3 in a row for NA and set point.
They luckily have a little room here.
Yeah, you've got room to breathe.
Yeah, and all they need is one good pass. They've had 3 passes at the 10-foot line. Push that ball up and get started. Here we go.
There it is.
Wow.
Set 5 is winner take all. Winner, winner, take all. 4th set complete, 25-17. Canon-McMillan even at 2 sets apiece. North Allegheny, Canon-McMillan. One's going home with a Class 4A championship, and we'll have the 5th set for you next, powered by Carlow University on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Pins and needles at Fox Chapel Area High School, but this has been a dandy. We are headed to a 5th set. It is winner take all. The 2-time defending champion North Allegheny Tigers, 65 consecutive wins against a school in Canon-McMillan, playing in its first WPIAL Girls Volleyball Championship match. What a win it would be. It feels like David Goliath. It feels like Rocky Balboa, Ivan Drago in Russia. It's bonkers the way that Canon-McMillan has stayed in this after the first set.
Crazy. And there's no doubt that the Big Macs are the ones that had the slingshot.
But is some of it too a nothing to lose mentality?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's how they've been playing throughout the playoffs. So why would it change today? Like, they really are. David. This is, I have chills. Hair standing up. Volley nerd like me, it doesn't get better than this. Here we go.
Weston has service for Canon-Mac to start it. Win by 2, 1st to 15. Can you tell who got the first point?
Abby Miller misses long on a roll shot. Thought she could find that back corner.
Weston again. 1-0 Canon-Mac. Touchdown, but kept alive at the net. Almost a point for NA. Vogen to the tape. NA popped it up in the air. Middle of the floor, diving play. From the middle, Thornberry had it dug out by Duffy. Phillips, kill. No, pancake. We play on. Vogen from the far side. One-handed dig by Weston. Vogen to the back.
Unbelievable.
NA is furious that a pancake was kept. They want an explanation.
Yeah, I wish we could wind it all the way back to that one.
Here
it is. Look at this. She's under that ball. She is under that ball. That's the play of the tournament.
I've got replay. Find me a network that can do that at the high school level. I'll wait.
That is the play of the tournament. And how a play like that can actually turn a point.
She's under it. I think that's clear and convincing. Again, didn't take us 5 minutes.
I honestly didn't think so at first.
2-0. Vogen popped up near the rafters. Here's Phillips. Dug by Weston. Opposite side. Vogen. Pancake there. Phillips again. Weston there. They keep attacking toward that libero. That's in. My goodness.
Wow.
That is absolutely in. That was in from our angle. I don't even need replay to see that.
Wow. Here it is. Yep.
That's in. All it has to do is touch part of the line. Canon-Mac, the first 3 points of this winner-take-all fifth. Punched up into the air and then punched directed to the back line for North Allegheny. Attack, popped right back to NA. Phillips, back line. It's not a great swing from Phillips right now. It's kind of right to somebody every time.
Wow.
And it's 4-0. Vogen.
Unbelievable.
65 straight wins for the team that is black and gold. 65. 111 if you combine the boys with the girls at NA. It's in danger. NA just trying to stop the bleeding. Here's Vogen again, and Vogen makes it 5-0. I mean, they've done everything right in this fifth set. Everything.
Everything. And they're, again, just dictating the play. Like, it's supposed to be the other way around. Now we can see if they can keep their composure, come back out here, make a quality serve, and keep this thing rolling. But I know for sure the people on the far side of this gymnasium believe now. They may have had a problem coming in, but they sure don't now. Here's the thing, too. North Allegheny, these girls are champions.
They know how to win.
They know how to win. They're not gonna panic right now. They're gonna do what they do.
How often, though, 6-0. How often, though, has NA been in this spot in the last 65 matches? Probably zero.
And there's the problem, right? There's the problem. They haven't been pushed to the limit. And, you know, this is where that training, maybe they're lacking in that training. I'm sure they work on it in practice.
Weston remains on serve. Abby Miller. Weston at the net. Free ball got to go. It does. Phillips, 6-1. Back wall is not playable.
Good job by Phillips to terminate there. They worked their way into a free ball. Got the offense they wanted.
Kept alive after partial block. Tipped back down by Maddie Beer. Vogen. Back set, Phillips. Weston popped it up, back line attack. Almost down. Phillips again, inside the antenna and over. Dropped in. 7-1.
Abby Thornberry, really intelligent play there.
They can taste it.
They really can.
Everything magnified in a 15-point fifth set. It's winner take all. Blocked down but out. Canon-Mac arguing for a discussion. They're not going to get it.
And they need to let it go.
Yeah, I mean, you're still up 7-2. There's breathing room still.
Yep. No need to get worked up about a call.
Popped in the middle by Thornberry. Knocked over on 2. Morningstar, 2 in a row for NA, and now trying to climb back in. 3 serves 7.
Morningstar and Miller, and both in the same side of the court. Every time you make a setter play a ball, it doesn't mean the setter's really out.
Got a good pass to Vogen. 8-3.
Wow.
I mean, this is a team that did not win a playoff game ever.
Yep.
First semifinal, first title match, and they're close to upending a team that has won 65 games in a row. In. Beer, 4 serves 8.
I'm going to quit watching kills. I'm just going to enjoy the rest of this match.
Malia Duffy.
Somebody will tell us the stats later. Let's go.
Parker. Partial block. Seaman there in the back. Kept alive by Canon-Mac for the time being. Weston is over. Abby Miller back set. Strong attack. Morningstar. Here comes N.A.
That shoulder's bothering her. It didn't look like it there. Good swing by Morningstar.
N.A. down 3. Serve comes. That was very well could have been out. Push to the back corner. Morningstar dumps it in, but kept alive.
Wow.
3 one-handed defensive plays. Weston pops it up for Parker. Diving play. Paige Miller. Weston over on 2. Toward the rafters. Paige Miller again pops back up. Weston towards the back. Vogen just dumped it over. Here's Paige Miller again. Must have been a block because there's no 4 hits. Rally continues. 8-5 Canon-Mac in the 5th. Attack air. 9-5.
Heidi Miller looking for a call on something. I don't know what she saw. I didn't see anything.
Well, Heidi Miller must have saw something as well on the sideline because she is pretty irate as well. Serve comes for Canon-Mac. It's an error. Ill afford that. 6 will serve 9.
3-point game.
I wonder if Sheila Mitchell is thinking about, they've got 2 timeouts. Do you think about using one just to settle things down? Or how close does it get to before you take one?
Well, you can't compile them and take a vacation later, so you might as well use them. If you feel like it's slipping away, you got to go ahead and use one.
Vogen from the back. Set to the middle. Partial block kept alive. Far side Parker. Tried to drop it in. Somebody was there and down for Abby Miller. Sheila's going to use
one
it.
Now, yep.
Big Max 9, North Allegheny 7, 5th set, winner take all.
This is so much fun. There's drama, there's tension. It's just great stuff. Can you go to a high school athletic event and see this kind of athleticism and grit? I don't think so.
It's a great venue for it, frankly, too. The smaller, I don't want to say smaller, but I mean, this would not be as loud at the Peterson. This would not be as loud even if they went to the Fitz.
Any of the big gyms, Norwin, any of those really big gyms would still seem cavernous with this crowd. But this crowd fits in this gym, and it's loud in here.
NA down 2 with serve. It's a good one. Canon-Mac going to have to work to keep this rally alive. They do. And it's a point for NA. You thought there was, a double hit?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she got away with one there. But maybe that's the makeup call that Heidi Miller bought. Definitely some spin on that ball as it came out.
Morningstar on serve. This could tie it. Far side Parker. It's not going to tie it. Burton into the net. 10-8 Canon-Mac. 5 points away.
Galligan going back to serve. She's been their best server so far today. Here we go.
Good dig. Far side, Paige Miller. That'll work. 10-9. NA gains service back with a chance to tie. Service came from Tooman. Attack Parker, no. Point NA, double hit. 10-10.
Tied in a fifth. 5 points to go, maybe.
Paige Miller again. Down with a block. Burton Phillips were there. NA takes the lead. After the first 6 points of this set went to Canon-McMillan. Timeout.
I think we said it. They're champions. They know what they're doing. And we talked about how they may not have been in this situation before. But there's a way to practice this situation. And that is to put scores on the board. You don't have to play an entire game in practice. You just have to put scores on the board that reflect a game like this.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm sure they do. A lot of teams will play a game where they don't even know what the score is. The coach will have the score hidden. So that makes them believe that every point is important. And it's really true anyway, because even though it's now 11-10, who's to say that the point that happened at 4-1 wasn't important?
Yeah. Remember, when we go archived, there's a big little blue button on the website. It says buy now. You can own your own copy of this production, this broadcast of this 4A Girls Volleyball Championship match for $50. Click the blue buy now option. We'll ship it to you on a flash drive. Let's continue. There was a partial block. That's the third allowed over. Free ball for Cannon Mac. Attack to the antenna. 11-11. I would suggest getting the credit card out of the wallet right now.
Do it now. Do it now.
Just get it ready.
They tried to run a slide there. It was a good call. The ball got pushed just a little outside. Forced the middle hitter to hit it off the antenna.
Attack there. Cannon Mac is 3 points away. Now NA has 11. That's the kicker.
Yeah. And a timeout.
Service for Parker. Phillips kept alive. No. Point Cannon Mac, a net violation. 13-11.
Wow.
Timeout NA.
Wow.
Is Canon-McMillan the one?
Just a few hitting errors there that North Allegheny may be playing a little bit tight right now. They don't have a lot of time to right the ship. It's 13-11. Ball pushed too far outside off the antenna.
Everyone's getting into it. They can feel it. They can sniff it.
Yeah.
Man, what a match. A match that looked like it could last 45 minutes after set one.
Yeah, for sure. People were warming their cars up. I called an Uber, but I canceled it.
You ignored it. Parker again, Canon-McMillan 2 points away from upending the Tigers. Good dig by Weston. Backline attack, Parker just over. Phillips touched it, Abby Miller. Deflected there, here comes the attack. It's down, kept alive. North Allegheny, though, plays it right back. Punched over to the back. Canon-McMillan hanging with every hit. Over on the other side in the balance. Vogen to the libero Duffy. Here's Phillips. Diving play. Point.
Not yet.
Serve back to NA.
I'll remind you that neither coach has a timeout left.
Yeah, we are cruising to the finish.
Yep.
No stoppages.
Buckle your seatbelts.
Dropped in.
What a shot.
Here we go.
What a shot.
Vicky Manda. Weston going to go serve.
Good server to have back there in this situation. Holy
65
cow.
consecutive wins for North Allegheny, 1 point away from the first WPIAL crown for Canon-Mac. Popped back into the air. Opposite side, Vogen is dug by Paige Miller. Touched at the front. No room for air for North Allegheny. It is out.
Wow.
Canon-McMillan is the one behind the one in 65-1. And another one, the first WPIAL Volleyball Championship for the Big Macs. Soak it in. You just watched history. What a match. NA tastes defeat for the first time since 2016. Just look at the elation on the faces. It tells it all. It tells the whole story. That is why high school sports is the best.
That's right. That's right. That joy. That's pure. Love
They
it.
do well.
Yeah. Love it.
North Allegheny defeat by Canon-McMillan in 5 sets, 15-12 in the 5th. They continue to celebrate over on the other side. Let's talk rap. 2 very good volleyball teams, the best 2 in the classification. And man, what a victory for Canon-McMillan, especially after that first set.
Yeah, they hadn't been in the playoffs for a long time. They hadn't won a playoff game for a long time. They hadn't gotten to the second round for a long time. This was a season of firsts for them. Coach Mitchell spoke about that a little bit, about how this was kind of new territory for them, and they had a lot of people coming back from last year, and that this might be the time. And I really, to be honest, I can't lie, I never thought we'd be standing here seeing what we're seeing. It's just unbelievable.
2016, the last time North Allegheny lost. The loss is in the WPIAL Class 4A Championship in 2019. It's been fun.